Good morning, or should I say good afternoon. It's 12 a.m. today on Monday, April 14th, and you are joining us here at the ESCMID Global TV studio live, brought to you from the Congress premises here in Vienna. My name is Judith Cohen, and I'm very happy, a very interesting new guest live here in my studio, Claire Rogers, the head of Teaching and Diagnostic Unit of the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine in the UK. A warm welcome to you, Claire Rogers. And for our viewers, you may be more known for the organizer of the Mobile Lab, which is a new format here at ESCMID Global. And I think it's not too soon to say that it's a very successful format so far. So we're very happy to welcome you here in the TV studio and get to ask you about the Mobile Lab, what it is, why is it so successful. So welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
Shall we just start off by what is a mobile lab?
Well, the mobile lab is, it looks like from the outside like a shipping container.
Yeah.
But it's actually a laboratory. It's a Category 3 laboratory that could be shipped out to maybe to a country with some sort of disease outbreak. So it's fully functioning. You could have very sort of high-level category pathogens in it. You could work on it. It's got autoclaves. It would have cabinets. So obviously we're not using it in that way for our mobile lab, but that's what it's there for.
Yeah.
For us, we are using it as a sort of laboratory for teaching. So we have it set up with a whole load of microscopes so that each one of our participants can sit and look down the microscope. We've got a video microscope as well, so they can see what I'm looking at, and so that they can kind of interact in the session with me.
Yeah, so it's a hands-on learning environment.
It is indeed, yeah very much.
How do you think that this way of teaching works or is more effective for this means?
Yes. So you can look online, you can look in atlases, and you can see pictures of parasites or pathogens. But for parasitology, it's really important to be able to look down the microscope and actually see the malaria or see the ascaris egg or the hookworm larva. So by interacting, by being able to do a hands-on, you just learn so much more. It really underpins and strengthens your knowledge and your ability to do a differential diagnosis. Because all the time you look at pictures, they're lovely, you can see what they look like, but it's not the same. It's not the same as looking at a sample. Say we were looking at a blood film, looking at a sample and scanning it, finding the parasite, deciding what features it has, and making your differential diagnosis. Yeah. So I think hands-on is really so important as part of the training that we should be doing.
Yeah, and you can do it at a location. You can pick up your mobile lab and put it at ESCMID Global.
It's amazing.
Which type of participants do you get? Who are most interested in getting a training in the mobile lab?
We've had a range, lots of clinicians working in infectious diseases. We've had some haematologists, we've had microbiologists, we've had some technologists as well. So we've seen quite a range. We've had people with less experience, and we cater for those. Some of our sessions have been sort of basic malaria, for instance, and then a slightly more advanced malaria. So we've catered for people with all sorts of levels of experience to give everybody a chance, really, to do a bit of training.
So what is the difference between, because one of the beginners malaria courses or lab experiences is on the differential diagnosis, but you also have an advanced differential diagnosis on malaria. Yes. So where lies the difference? So
the difference has been that the sort of more basic, we don't expect any knowledge. So we sort of show them images of the 4 species of malaria, and then we go through the different morphological features, and then they look at the slides with us, and, we check what they're seeing. The more advanced one, we're looking at perhaps slightly unusual presentations, maybe mixed infections where there's more than one species. So the sorts of things that do come into the laboratory but need a little bit of that basic level of training first before you would start looking at the more sort of difficult cases.
Yeah, and you have quite a mix of topics. So you also have stain preparations for fecal diagnosis, morphological diagnosis of fecal protozoa. Do you feel like, well, there's even more than that, but do you feel like you have a very broad offer for different types of participants?
Yes, I think so. Well, I hope so. We wanted to be able to offer, you know, some training to both microbiology clinicians and technologists, as well as the haematologists and the infectious diseases, because everywhere's different as to your career path. So we wanted to be able to do fecal work for the microbiologists and the blood work for our haematologists, and a mixture of both for the ID physicians and technologists.
Yeah. So what kind of feedback have you been getting so far from participants?
Well, I have to say, as somebody who likes training, who loves teaching, what you want your students to do is go, wow. And we've had that. We've had people looking down the microscope, seeing things that maybe they've never seen before, and just being really really engaged. Yeah. So participants have been very, very happy. Yeah. Well, hoping that they've been very, very happy. We've had a couple of rounds of applause, so I feel that that is a good sign. And certainly after the first few sessions, we had people sort of going away, talking to colleagues and saying, oh, you should do the mobile lab, it's really good. So we're absolutely delighted that it seems to have worked so well. Wow.
And do people also come back for a different topic?
They do, yes. Yeah, we've had some students doing 2 or 3, even 4 of the sessions, so maybe increasing in the difficulty, say for the malaria, or doing a combination of both the blood and the fecal work as well. Yeah.
Well, so far the mobile lab has been hugely successful, I hear. So there's speak of it returning next year's ESCMID Global, for example. How do you see the lab evolving in the future? Are there learning points that you're taking away from your experiences so far that you would like to evolve further in the future?
Certainly, it's fantastic. The mobile lab is absolutely fantastic, and it's amazing that we can just sort of bring it in, pop it down, and give the training. It is a bit of a tight squeeze, I have to say, and I would love to be out space-wise. Yeah. Yes, we are all tightly packed in. Yeah. It would be lovely to be able to offer this training to more people. So I think if I had to suggest anything, it would be maybe offering a larger mobile lab, I don't know. But yeah, offering more sessions perhaps. I think it's been so successful, and to see people going away really, really enthusiastic about the subject I love, the parasitology. Yeah. I just think that if we can do it again and maybe offer that to more, that's what I would like.
Well, I can imagine, because you also love teaching, and it must be wonderful to see people learn so fast, because it's a hands-on way of learning and environment. Yeah. Well, thank you for coming here, Claire Rogers, and telling us more about the mobile lab and the rationale behind it, and that it is actually the success that you were hoping and expecting it to be, maybe. So thank you for taking your time and coming here to our TV studio and letting our viewers know. So everyone who's watching now, if you're here in Vienna at the ESCMID Global 2025, make sure to go to the mobile lab if you still can. And if you're coming next year to ESCMID Global, have a look out for the mobile lab, because it's being evaluated exceptionally well. So it seems like a must not miss. Thank you, Claire. We will be taking a break. We will be back here with ESCMID Global TV live tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., where we will be looking back on ESCMID Global 2025, because we are already hitting the last day tomorrow, unfortunately. So we will be looking back with Program Director Jacob Morangalad and the Associate Program Director Julia De Angelis. So tune in with us at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Hope to see you then.